how to use Predator's Instincts, though.
Out of curiosity, actually, does it have to be our turn to use it?
No. You can actually use it on each other if you want.
Okay.
Well, except Champion of Fate and Bumbling Buffoon. Those are like, says yours and mine.
Yeah. Because I was more thinking, like, when it comes to the middle crystal, like, Buffoon one,
Luckily,
and then you guys are safe.
Hit because this does damage even if I miss.
Wait, what? Wait.
How so?
Because it's a one of lightning.
It's a dex save, but it deals at least half damage. God fucking damn. He has a plus 11 to the dex save, so he failed.
Insult to injury. Eat it.
Oh.
All right, Roshan, do you have any last words you want to say before I chuck the fucking javelin of lightning at the fucker?
He just channels his inner grandfather and flings it at him.
Clearing through where his head used to be, obliterating that segment of water. He collapses onto his knees and then falls on the ground. The water that forms him, the armor that forms him, becomes water and it all trickles into the channel. And then he appears out of the middle crystal.
Well.
And the red waters become blue. Uh-oh. No, stop. The fight is over! Yeah.
Yay. Well, that was
Okay.
intense.
Tandem is going to jump onto the middle platform, run across, and hop into the water, and force a greater healing potion into Varric's mouth. And
I will say that this might not be necessary.
Okay.
Okay.
Allow me. Save you some resources, huh? You sprint past the Watcher as the water turns from that, red to this bright, vibrant blue. Those people in the water no longer feel in their unconscious form the singeing, burning, caustic, melting, corroding effects of it, and instead are greeted with the exact opposite. It is not some deadly sea that you stand in. You now stand in a healing spring.
Realizing I'm on fire, I'm gonna hop into the water.
You see, the suddenly shifting forearms, like startled awake of Abigail, Varric, and Aminius. Trial succeeded. And he hands a lightning javelin back to you, Russian. He lays a hand on the crystal in the center, and you see out of the corners of your eyes the other crystals reform from their shards and pieces. Some pieces fly out of the water and just reform themselves. You know that he speaks in common now, not Nevros.
Huh.
You've done well.
Then you will cease the attack on the city. Yes?
We will discuss it. He slams down his trident, and then from underneath, way down in the depths of the water, you guys hear rumbling. You feel it shaking through the water, and then eventually, just platforms raise. The elevated platforms lower, and you guys are on this flat, level, waterless, except for the waterfalls and the channels, surface.
So what now?
That remains upon you. You claim to have had purity, and you have proven such against my tides. I've seen that town, and I've seen it grow. Do you all solemnly believe that there's not one bit of corruption sleeping in there?
I do not know of what corruption you speak.
He looks to you, Russian. You've sensed it, haven't you? A corruption plagues these lands. I would tell you more of it, I am bound. And it would sway your course. A course which seems to have been already ordained.
Okay, perhaps we need to start at the beginning, yes?
By all means.
Sandra takes a seat on the ground.
Yeah, you collapse.
Tired.
Tanum's still holding his dagger, just not put them away yet. There is a story here, yes? This, I don't know, a temple, a pilgrimage, no?
Of sorts. A pilgrimage of my own.
What of the... I will ask of what is most close to home for myself first. What of the peninsula? What connection does it have to this place?
I can tell by your complexion where you have from.
Yes, my accent usually gives me away too.
My tribe left the peninsula. It was our last hope. We traveled throughout all the lands of that old world, hounded endlessly. We thought your desert sands might make the best obstacle. We were wrong.
Sandworms and a cruel landscape will keep most things out. This is very true, but if you are running from something, what could possibly?
One might call it fate. Or perhaps justice. My tribe had done many wrongs. And looking back now, I know why we were hounded and such. And I agree with the judgment.
What did you do to invoke their ire?
There? Which there do you speak of?
I don't know, whoever you were running from.
Elf child, we did not run from one type of person, one type of people. We ran from those that would call themselves provincials. We ran from the fairies. We tried to trick. We ran from nature itself. And failed for all of them.
I assume this is not yesterday.
No.
I have seen similar artwork in places of I do not know, but very, very old.
The ways of the Nevros are, and oftentimes unchanging.
Alright, so this corruption that you mentioned is in this new land. Is it here only?
By the blessings of the gods, yes.
And the Skorniken are a symptom of said corruption.
I do not know. I do not believe so, although it certainly seems such.
Then, can you name or put a face to your enemy so that we might know if it is something we have in common?
He closes his eyes. I'm afraid I cannot.
Then on what ground might we become allies if such is indeed what we are about to become after all this? Why stop attacking us?
Hope. And respect to fellow servants of the gods. I know where you gained your gear from. I would very, very, very seldom trust a being even partially fey. And to connive with a devil. They may serve the gods as well, but I have my doubts. And I still do. But you've proven yourself in the Tides' trials, and I will honor it.
So what happens now?
I do not know. I will remain. I will stay. I will continue watching. Awoken now. Call it back to my ancient duty. As for your town, I ask you, as champions of it, you have bested me in my trials. I ask again, do you believe it to be free of this scorn and corruption?
I'll just look over to Varric because he's been there longer.
It looks like super his eyes are squinted. He gestures for you guys to answer. It's not his place.
I cannot speak for the entirety of the city, but what I do know is this. Right now, from what I have seen, from what we have all experienced, I am convinced that if there is any spark of hope that this place has for purification, it lies within that city and its people. We would not be who we are right now, or where we are right now, for that matter, if not for the people in that city. We need them as much as they need us. Symbiotic, yes?
You know the ways of my ancient people. Are you one of us?
I do not know.
That is a shame. You do well. Some fortunate tribe may call you Logoratus. Or perhaps Atlas. These are wise words you speak. Very well. If you believe your town worthy of your presence, I will leave it. I am bound to respect your wishes, now that you've surpassed my trials.
I look at Roshan. Out of all of us, I believe Rashin here is the most attuned with nature
Yes.
and the gods.
Yes. If I am honest, I was informed of your arrival well before I got here.
You speak of this corruption, and Rashin has similarly spoke of corruption. If we are to fight it, is there aid you can offer us in that endeavor? Rashin would know better what we need than anyone else.
I'm afraid I cannot. My post is here. As the last wall. Perimeter. To extend it all would be to overextend. That being said, if you wish to come back, I have seen much, even in my slumber. And before my post here, I was but a lonely fisher. So I'm afraid I cannot offer more magical advice, but I can offer advice nonetheless.
It's all sand at the end of it.
We heard that many times in our journey. Neither me nor my brothers could ever agree on it.
You seem to know a great deal more than anyone else we have spoken to about what ails this land, what plagues us, our city. If you cannot aid us directly, perhaps information, indirect aid, resources.
Shakes his head. I cannot.
Perhaps location then, a place to start.
Brother. Margin United has already told you what you need. I am but one of 5. You will find my 4 remaining kin in lands civilized and as well as untamed. I imagine your fairy and devil sponsors will tell you the same thing I am. If you wish to battle this corruption, go deeper inland. You will find those perpetual scorn kin, and you will find worse.
Does that mean this was done? I've succeeded here? For
He bows before you. You've succeeded in my trials, yes. But I am but one of 5. And again, I was... Between the 5 of us, I preferred isolation amongst the sea. And certainly not the ways of battle. Or the strength to carry immense arms. One to 5. And with my awakening, my brothers and sisters shall come to soon enough.
And once you are all awake, should we pass all 5 trials?
Then you will be ready. For what? I do not know. And I fear that it might not be enough still.
Might I ask a question that is of personal interest to myself?
You may ask. I do not promise my answer.
Or not? I am a crafter, a maker of things, jewels, maps. This place and other ruins are, how should I put it, troves of lost art and craftsmanship. Have you knowledge I might partake in, or designs I might study, or information about other such places? I have learned that beyond the forests of, I think it was to the north or the northwest of the city, there are ruins. Know you anything of that?
Approach those ruins with caution. They are not the sources of, but they are limps nonetheless. Nodes of their own. Be cautious and treat what you take from there dangerously. In
I will
terms of
heed your
beauty,
words.
in terms of beauty, though, I advise you took a peek at nature. The seas. He holds out his hand, and then 5 pearls appear in one, and then appear in the other. Beauty takes time. And
That
nature
it does.
has all of it.
Good luck to Ration. I think I am beginning to understand what you showed me at the waterfall.
That is good. Not worry, my friend. Would never give up hope.
Is there anything else you ask?
What happens to you now?
I wait. I watch.
While you were watching, did you happen to see what happened with a certain boat that had silver fish near it? This is exceptionally subjected, but...
That is a really good question. I cannot.
That is not my hand, I'm afraid, brother. It is our gods. I would not let loose the key sanctum so carelessly. But it seems they had plans. Plans that you are now well aware of. A call to arms for me. And a call of summons for you. All of you. Is there anything else?
Nothing for me.
I will be here. I'm not going anywhere. If you wish to come back, brother.
Perhaps she was one of your kin then. Sorry, there is a story among my tribe, my clan. The woman without a name, red eyes, swordsman of peerless skill, a sword without fame.
He nods. I know the story. I heard it in our travels across your shining peninsula. Centuries ago. She was not one of ours, I'm afraid.
I see. Can you tell me your story then? I am very curious.
He closes his eyes. See this like teal bioluminescent glowing tear just go out one of his side, out of his eye. I cannot.
Forgive me, I did not intend to summon painful memories.
It is not painful. But it does make me miss my family. Separate as we are now. You will learn our story in time. If you find my brothers and sisters, you will piece by piece. And with it the truth of this land. The truth that I cannot tell you.
By what name shall we call you?
You may call me Vemtuza. am Vemtuza. And I watch over your bay and all the coasts of this land.
Vemtuza, you may call me Tanu.
I know. I know all your names. The twin gods had told me well before you arrived. They also told me that perhaps you have, how to describe it, forces in my waters. Forces that have been feeling my affliction as of facing against creatures in the water, ones prone to worshipping darker powers. I cannot offer you direct aid in the quest we share, but perhaps just once I might make that town you so believe a bit more bearable. Would this be of interest to you?
Bearable in what way?
I may not purge your town, but I am happy to purge things that might be other vessels of corruption. And as I said, the creatures that lurk these waters are prone to worshipping darker powers. A purge of a different sense.
Are those the ones that were attacking our men?
Hey.
Yeah.
I'd be up for that.
I take the deal.
Do you believe in beyond redemption?
I have watched them. They've been here since me and my kind of. They have had their chance of redemption long ago. When I first constructed this place. I asked. I pleaded. For their sakes more than mine. Let them cling to their dark gods. May they find solace in the void that they offer.
Well then, in perhaps very distant tradition, you and I have shared water and shade. I would welcome your offer of assistance, and perhaps in the future also friendship.
Friendship. That is... It's been a long time since I've heard that. Perhaps. But for the time being, I'm happy to just simply be the watcher from the waters.
I open my bag, take out my hourglass. I'm gonna open it, carefully take out a single grain of sand, and then put it back together, put the hourglass away, and I'm gonna hand him the grain of sand.
He takes it, puts it in his palm, makes a clenches a fist, and it comes out as a jet black pearl. And he hands it back to you.
Oh, thank you.
A token for my trials, I suppose. It holds immense power. Be careful of it.
I shall. I put it in the gem box. If I put this in this bag here, will things go terribly awry?
He tilts his head. I do not believe so.
Okay, I put it in.
It doesn't explode and suck you into the...
Make a Constitution save.
It's a very very generous, a tangible piece of home. I will cherish it. Turn to the others. Well,
Allow me.
I have.
And he gestures to the waterfalls.
Do you have any other questions? I turn to the others. Like, Derek, anything you want to ask? How about you,
No.
Abigail? I'm sure you have questions.
Not right now. Abigail looks like she wants to ask something, but she doesn't.
Well, Aminius, wise.
My apologies. He comes up and just holds out does a pulling motion with his hands, and then you feel all the water just get pulled out of your lungs.
Thanks.
Oh, I know. I know these two. They are quite fond of water of a very particular kind, if you understand my meaning, Lambuza.
Even in the boss room, you're trying to negotiate for alcohol. It says a lot about this this campaign.
Hey, it's a fair question, alright?
Ah, yes, of course. You're
Especially
right.
for much else, considering everyone here is related to fell gods in some way, besides like 2.
Mm.
You speak of Pyagui. I do not imbibe Pyagui in this form. He gestures his watery form. That being said, he goes over to one of the waterfalls and it just parts, revealing not the stone backing of it that was there before. Instead, it's like just in stark contrast to the rest of the place. It looks like a cabin inside a ship, like a cabin room.
Mm.
And he walks and then grabs a bottle. It's like a vodka bottle. That size. And he comes back. My sister was fond of this. When reported, she left her with me.
What was she like?
Yeah. He smiled on his face. She was more brash than this. He hands it to you. And you will find out how brash that is.
Sounds
Thanks.
like a fun challenge. Or a fun experience.
If I might make a request for it, though,
Of course.
do not drink it alone.
Never. Looks at wise.
Oh yeah, I'll give you a helping hand.
My sister always
Sorry,
said that
Hmm?
good times should never, can never be had alone.
Oh. How very true.
And we have high stock with comrades, family, friends. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
The burden shared is a burden halved. Joy shared is joy doubled.
You do well, Zenevros.
Well, perhaps in the future I will become one. Who knows?
I do not wish such misfortune upon you.
Misfortune.
Yes. You know about such misfortunes, don't you, child?
Yeah. A little.
Before I forget. He walks over across the way. He basically went to the... Before you die, he cried. The Wild Watchers tell me that your town is quite civil. Says half sarcastic, joking, scathing, something. I can tell. And
What's that being?
civil as it may be, I have no... He parts, like, Moses, freaking Red Sea, parts the waterfall like curtains. And it's like the inside of like a ship. Except instead of like a cozy little small cabin for like, a captain's quarters or something like that, it's just a storage area. Filled with gold.
Hole. Hi.
Perhaps your town may need this. Or yourself. The town would certainly like that. American marks. Looking at you, wise in specific.
Just gonna glare back at him.
To be fair, I don't know if we could physically use all this money.
Many ships have
don't
passed
talk.
these waters. They seldom returned.
How was it, shipwrecked? Money.
He nods.
Ah.
The quarantine on this land has been breached. So perhaps the cleaning of it needs some provincial funding.
Perhaps, yes.
Do not let greed control your way. Devil child.
Of course not. Got this guy standing at my back, and I'll just point to Varric, breathing down my neck.
With a loaded gun.
With a
You know
little
you're
kick.
He only fired
you know,
like
Wise.
one shot. Again.
You know, Wise. Your name makes more and more sense with every passing day.
No. I learned from my mistakes, apparently. Okay.
Well, have you ever heard that some people are given names in the hopes of living up to a specific characteristic? By taking the name Wise, wisdom would be granted unto you. Alas, I fear you have a long journey ahead still.
He just called you stupid.
He did. I feel like I should be offended. I mean, how am I meant to take that?
That you're gradually improving?
Well.
Unless you're not
Yeah,
as stupid as you
suppose.
were.
But you are stupid, just to clarify that.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
Not as stupid.
Oh, God. Hate you all.
Well, you bring us a lot of joy, Wise.
I heard my name.
You bring us a lot of joy.
Well, I try.
Good for something.
Actually, this does bring up a question. On those ships, did you have to find any weaponry similar to this? And she holds up her gun. Not referring to, like, the wormwood thing, but, like, actual, like, fucking pistols.
He comes over and hold out a hand to like examine it.
She lets him take a look.
He picks it up in a manner that's clearly not akin to like how a gun is. He even looks down the barrel of it.
It is actually loaded right now.
Sandra, I don't think it fucking matters for him.
Yeah, but
Language.
education.
Shut up, Aminius.
Wow.
You nearly died. I think I deserve a one at least fuck.
You're not special. We all almost died.
That's 2 now. Fair.
Then 3 fucks.
Language.
You're just escalating.
My God.
Can I hear 7? Anyways, we're getting immensely distracted.
He gets it back to you. No.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
These lands are considered cursed. Brave provincials dare trying to curse lands. And they are cursed. Just not by me. Or my brothers or sisters.
Excuse me.
Anyways, how are we gonna transport all this money?
We do have a bag of holding.
That
They
makes
can only
sense.
hold so much.
Well, I have a lot of determination. And a levitate spell.
Oh yeah,
You'd be able to levitate 1 piece of gold. It says in object.
Well, there's a bucket, right? I mean, there's got to be a container
Nope,
somewhere.
it's.
I have a blanket.
Nope.
What if I just put it all in the blanket?
Smart.
I'm talking. Here's the thing. I'm not saying there's like a room full. There's a horde, like a literal dragon's horde.
Is it enough that we can get it back?
Not by ourselves. That's for damn sure.
Got a boat.
No.
Consider. I'll give it to you like this. In original first and second edition D&D, getting the treasure was one thing. You actually had to pay immense amounts of people to get the treasure back.
This is one of those situations.
No.
This is one of those times.
No.
And besides, Varric is gonna fucking tell immediately. So
I'm not saying I'll
God
steal it. I just
dang it,
mean,
Var-
you know, save up on manpower.
Can't we take a little bit for ourselves?
Yeah, I mean, we've done all this work. I mean, it'd be sad if we didn't.
yeah, thank the gods we got given this job.
That we're getting paid for.
Yes.
You speak of the gods, child. Seem very doubtful about. Doubtful.
Oh, what's this? You which topic can call it? Sorry.
It's not the amount that can be hauled, I'm afraid.
Stop killing my buzz.
I'm telling you about how much money you got.
It's so much we can't physically carry it.
I know. I'm just depressing myself further. Okay.
Oh my gosh, Christ, stop giving us this money.
Where would we actually store it? Can we get like a Dragon's Word credit card? Like a line of...
Magical credit card.
No, you basically hand over to the bank
Ugh.
in town.
So magical credit card with more debt.
Can we buy an even nicer house?
You guys don't even have a house.
But we
Just
can buy
living
one
in-
Don't even pay
now.
rent.
Yeah, you live in the one of the nicest houses in town.
Can we
Would you guys
buy
don't
it
pay
from
for
him?
He's not selling that fucking house. He needs it. He literally needs it.
We can build our own house with all that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are expeditionaries. Expand out.
We're gonna build a headquarters.
You're sure got a headquarters, but
We're gonna build our clubhouse.
Well,
Club
alright,
headquarters.
so what are we doing? Are we filling the bag with gold and then reporting what?
Well, we should take enough back that we can pay someone to come in here and take the rest.
Expeditionary HQ will be able to handle that.
Yeah, okay.
Don't need to pay for shit.
Oh,
Just take our share, leave the rest.
Any of you guys good at dating money? Not actually taking it on for a date, but knowing when it was made.
Let me
Oh.
have a look. I can do it with gemstones. I can give it a shot with the gold. I have had some experience with this.
Flex some
It's-
Money matters to you all that much.
What do you do? What it do?
I will attempt to date the age of the horde.
Why are we dating it?
Roll history.
I'm just trying to
Jeweler's Tools Intelligence or just straight history?
History. It's actually really easy to tell when a provincial
Because it has a
coin
number on
is.
it?
No, because it has the king that it was minted under on the back.
Yeah.
Ah.
So if you know your kings and queens,
have
you know
names.
when it was minted.
Like Swedish coins.
Yeah. And luckily you know that.
I imagine as well if it's really old.
I mean, it doesn't change the value of it. This isn't like.
Ah.
Gold coin is gold
Like, it
coin is a
doesn't-
gold coin.
Yeah, it's good. The gold value of this gold coin is exactly itself. Weird how that works.
If anything,
Oh,
they
yeah,
can melt
but
it
if
down
it's
and
like-
relabel it. Like, boom.
That's all you need for it.
Exactly.
If it's
Like
like a
it's precious
rare
metal
coin
or
or
something.
something. Yeah, or if it's like a rare coin.
There's no such
Sell
thing as
on.
rare. They're all gold coins.
Ah, shit.
It's not like, oh, this king's coins are better. Why? Because he was a cool king.
It would
Not
just
really.
be weird to suddenly have an influx of like 300-year-old coins.
Happens all the time in the real world when people find troves.
Fair
It
enough.
does.
And considering how a lot of coin gets magically lost to devils and demons and fairies and stuff like that, this
Yeah.
is just balancing the economy.
Yeah, true.
Money.
So are y'all like all like staring at this pile of wealth,
Oh.
drooling?
Kind of shuffling.
Yeah,
shuffling
pretty much.
through.
Barrick is shaking his head.
Just edging closer and closer. I just want to touch it.
This greed is unbecoming of you, I will say.
Take what you need to leave what you don't.
Mm.
I'm with the guy that just tried to kill us. Getting
Okay.
paid is something else. We do this because we have to. It's our job. It's our duty.
Well then, let's leave it.
Gladly. I'm not hurting for cash, and you guys seem to bank on me for drinks and meals anyways.
Excuse me? I
will
hustle
just
my own
confirm.
drinks.
Yeah, but I paid for your food last time I went to the Wayfarer's Fork last night.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Most of the banking is on the alcohol remedy.
Yeah. Which aren't made for free, by the way. Let's get out of here.
And I
How
really
old is
appreciate
the?
Just getting just a random sampling of them, they vary widely in age. Some are fresh, like King Lucian, like your current king fresh. Others go back to not the first king, but probably along the first several in that area.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
there have been people here a lot longer than Tandem suspected.
There have been people attempting to be here at the very least. Remember, this is from shipwrecks.
Yes.
That's what I was aiming for with the dating thing.
Well, it's very curious at the very least. Isn't it?
Them Tuza? These waterfall doors are great, but can you give us an exit? Certainly. He goes to the bottom one and just... And it's that same first floor. You're at one of the doorways now.
Okay.
Is there a ladder this time?
There's a ladder back.
Good, so he won't be drowned.
So- Can take the gold or
You can.
cool.
I
He
really
doesn't,
judge
he doesn't
actually for
approve
it.
of greed, though, so if you take too much, he will just take it away.
I'll just
Take a
an
handful.
appropriate amount.
I have no love for money, but it is a good ally to have when undergoing a dangerous quest.
May it afford you,
Yes.
great defenses and arms.
Yes.
Roshin,
exactly.
remind me, what did we agree to pay for the magical items?
Oh, that's expensive.
It was like all your money up front.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we owe 1,500.
And then again,
my
that
God.
amount when you get it, when he gets there.
Ooh.
and
We
the
paid,
fence we
like,
bumped into.
I owe 1,500. I think you owe more.
Oh my god.
We paid him.
You paid
what
half.
was it? 600. Yeah.
Half. It's like half up front, half then. Half when you get it.
Because I remember we dumped a bunch of gold, and now I have no gold.
Yeah, you guys were literally
how-
like on silvers and coppers.
Yeah. Fuck. What did we pay him again?
I owe him 1,500 because I paid him. I think you owe him more than that because your item was more.
Okay. Let's look at the audit because like I did the audit right before you guys traded out, like to pay for it.